Hey guys, yes, you're reading the heading of this video correctly. I have failed my first term of nursing school, and I'm not proud to admit that. When I first found that out, I was very sad, depressed, angry. I cried. Forget nursing school, I'm quitting. I'm just going to be a CNA the rest of my life. I want to jump off a bridge. I went through every emotion possible, and I got over it. And the only reason I got over it is because it's only setting me back one more month. So instead of graduating at the end of March of 2016, I'll be graduating at the beginning of May 2016, which isn't too bad. Part of it is my fault. I've been working both my jobs, and between that and school and clinical and trying to keep up with everyday life of keeping up with my house and doing everything, it happens. The other part of it was my teacher kind of expected us to teach ourselves and read the book and do that, and I don't learn in that way. She would sit at the desk and flip through the PowerPoint word for word. She wouldn't elaborate on certain topics, and she wouldn't give us like firsthand experiences of what she has dealt with as a nurse related to that topic. So it was kind of just really boring to sit there and listen to her read word for word off of a PowerPoint. Anybody can do that. Clinical we had on Tuesdays from 6:30 a.m. till 3 p.m. and we went to a skilled nursing facility where people had trachs and pegs and all kinds of diseases and issues. Luckily for me, I didn't have to deal with a peg or a trach my first clinical because I'm really not kind of ready for that. And our unit was kind of mixed with that type of stuff. Some people were just there because they needed assistance. Others were there because they had broken a hip and had surgery. That whole shebammy. So the facility, the workers were very rude. I don't ever want to go back there again. So hopefully this term that starts Monday, because I have to retake the whole course and go to the same facility. Possibly we go to 2 different ones. I'm hoping if I go to that same facility, I'm in the different wing that the other group had, or I go to the completely other nursing facility in a different city that's like 20 minutes away from me. Because those girls were very rude and just disrespectful. They didn't have respect for anybody except for themselves. And healthcare, any kind of job, it's teamwork, and you need to respect one another. You shouldn't be working with people if you're not a people person. Whole nother video. So, with that being said, I'm not going to let this setback, set me back. I'm going to try so hard to pass this class. It's kind of a good thing because I have the same teacher and I know how she teaches now. I know what to expect. I know what quizzes to expect. I know what projects I have to do. I know what the final's going to be like, because they don't really change it up too much. They don't have time to do that because they go through students crazy, like just constantly rotating students in classes. So since I know what to expect, I'm going to try very, very hard to pass. My school's rule, you have to have an 80 or above to pass the whole class. And the beginning of this class, I pretty much rode the 90, 93 average line. And we took our first test. I got like a 89 or something, and that brought me down 1 point. And then the test before our final, I didn't bomb it, but I got a even lower 80-ish grade, and that brought me down. And then my final, I got kind of a low grade because what was on it we never discussed in class. And I know this because I printed out the PowerPoints and highlighted things I remember her talking about, and everything I studied wasn't even on it. So that was kind of a bummer. Bombed it, and my grade went from then, at that point it was like an 83, went down to a 77. So I failed this class by 3 points. I would have been even more upset if I had like a 79 and didn't pass. But things happen. Life is all about learning lessons. I've learned my lesson. I'm going to put in more effort this time. And I know it's official that I failed because today my school called and said, unfortunately you have to retake 105. I'm sending you your new schedule, for the term. And I was just like, oh my gosh. But on the bright side, I filled out an application for a restaurant literally almost right across the street from my neighborhood, and they called me and they wanted me to come in for an interview, so I went today and I pretty much got the job. I just got to do my background check and all of that, and then they're going to start me out. So I'm going from working 2 CNA jobs to managing a waitressing job and just a CNA job, only because it's so much work as a CNA. My back is going to be blown out by the time I become a nurse, and I'm just ready for something more upbeat and exciting. Being a CNA is the same thing every day, and it's kind of depressing to know that, you know, most of them are declining, and this is where they're going to go to peace and be at peace at, and all that. They're going to go, and that's sad, and I'm just ready to see what else is out there. I can't wait to graduate nursing school. But hopefully working in a restaurant, it's going to be more upbeat, and it's going to be fun, and I'm going to be happy, and yeah. So I failed. If anyone out there is in the same boat, do not let this set you back. Do not get upset about it. Brush it off and just be like, you know what? That's why we're allowed to retake classes, because we want to do better this time. This isn't going to make me a bad nurse. If I was doing bad in clinical and class, yeah, I would kind of start thinking like nursing school is not for me. I failed like 3 times. No. This is the first time I failed since January, and I've been doing very well, so I'm not going to let it affect me. I'm just going to brush it off and keep it moving. If you guys have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them, and hopefully when I make my next video next term, I will be telling you guys that I've made it to 190. If not, I probably just won't even make a video because that's embarrassing.